I've got the door moving! Hey! I've got portable cover here. If you want to try and move to the beds over here I got set up.
There's a little pink in here, don't you think?
Hey, Al, get your ass in this room with us, man. We're gonna die if we come out there, bro.
Yeah, no shit. Head!
You did now. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's what happens when you get caught out in the wasteland or the streets of Night City with an inadequate firearm. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your representative for Militech, AirsoftAL, and today we bring you a brand new firearm. Now, we know many of you folks enjoyed our products in the past. From our lovely bullpups to even our classic 2049 line. But today, ladies and gentlemen and fellow viewers, we at Militech bring you the future of urban defense and combat defense as well, and even the most modern of firearms for future conflicts, be they today, tomorrow, or well down in the future lines for future generations to deal with. Fellow viewers, I bring to you the Militech's newest and state-of-the-art firearms and state-of-the-art patented technology. This is the Militech SMR Short Machine Rifle.
Name pending.
Now you're probably asking, what is the SMR? The SMR is your best friend. The SMR is a 10-inch barrel, 9mm, and 6-position stocked firearm. This little number right here will help defend you against anything and everything that comes your way. But I hear you saying, but now wait a minute, why did you call it a short machine rifle, when in reality it should be a submachine gun? Very simple, dear viewer and Jimmy. The Militech SMR, in fact, has patented nanotechnology within the magwell and the bolt, allowing it and you, the user, to switch from either the standard 9mm or any other pistol caliber cartridge that you may find out there in the wastelands or even in Night City or your place of residence. As stated before, with patented nanotechnology, we allow you to switch willy-nilly from a pistol caliber cartridge to a full-length rifle cartridge. However, the secrets and the abilities to which this is done is a patented Militech secret, and anyone who is caught infringing on the Militech patent, a response team shall come to your location and hand you a cease and desist at the end of one of our patented death-dealing machines. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. No, in fact, the features of the Militech SMR is not only the 10-inch barrel, but also an integrated flip iron sight. But the Picatinny rail on top allows you to put your own flip iron sights, and even allow you to put whatever optics you want on here. The 6-position stock allows you to have whatever length you wish. A more extended charging handle allows you to, of course, have an easier time to rack that bolt, send around into the chamber, and kill the son of a bitch who's trying to steal your wallet or trying to break into your apartment out there at Night City. Like that, but because of the magazines, you can use whatever 9mm magazines you have on the market. And with our patented locking load technology, you can have multiple magazines attached, so that way you may quickly switch on the fly. With the M-Lock technology, you can put whatever attachments you want on the handguard. And the best part is our muzzle device is designed to have threads within the prongs. So that way, if you wish to, and have it not be hung up on anything, you can flip this around and put it to whatever you wish. Having a hard time and can't take your finger off the trigger and reload that magazine? No worries. The SMR has an ambidextrous mag release to allow you to switch magazines on the fly. And while in those prolonged firefights with either the wasters or even your local gang that's causing you trouble, shaking you down for protection money, or that corrupt Night City police officer. If you call now, you'll be able to grab one of these for a low, low price of 1,000 eddies. That's right, 1,000 eddies. That's a hell of a steal. And we at Militech promise you that you get the best, or your money will never come back. If you try to sue us, we will send a team of representatives to politely negotiate with why you are having issues with your SMR. But that's not the only thing, ladies and gentlemen. No, the SMR is there for you for when you need to go out into the wastelands of the old US. Have firefights in the streets of Night City. So call now. Operators are standing by. Pick up your SMR today.
What the fuck?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I'm your host, AirsoftAL, and before we began, apparently Militech, the Cyberpunk universe, decided to create a fucking android of me to promote their, I'm not going to say absolute clear theft of intellectual property, but much as I'd love to say, oh, I can actually lawyer the fuck up, I actually can't, because have you ever tried going against a actual cyberpunk company that has its own private army that rivals that of a fucking nation? I didn't think so either. So yeah, while I won't try and follow any sort of legal action, I will at least say that, at least not in my universe, thank God. And I've got to figure out how to actually take them down a peg in the other universe. I don't know. But the gun today, ladies and gentlemen, is one that, well, is amply named the MT-SMR, which, again, is actually a pretty clever name, and I wish I'd thought of it myself, but apparently Militech beat me to the damn punch. Now, what is the SMR, exactly? The SMR is my project gun, and was originally going to be a Magpul PTS build, like my Magpul PTS M4. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that Magpul PTS M4. The Magpul PTS M4 carbine, which actually is the continuation of the Magpul PTS M16A1. Now, the reason I originally started out like this is because, well, I looked at other handguards, the SL handguard, for example. I honestly like the way the SL handguard looked compared to the MOE handguard. The MOE handguard is more along the lines of a retro-modern, or retro-futuristic. Well, the SL handguard is more sleek, more awesome, more... I couldn't describe it at the time why I just love the look of the SL handguard. It just looked really, really nice in my opinion. It really was. The SL handguard is actually really nice even without an attachment. It's very good, very slim, and very good to take a hold of. And I found this out while playing at Tupelo Airsoft Club's toy drive when I didn't have any sort of attachments on it except for the M-LOK care mount. I was able to grip the gun pretty good when it was in its full length rifle barrel configuration, not the 10-inch that you see right here in front of you guys, which I will get to that in a second, and the lessons learned from the longer barrel versus a shorter barrel. Now I know what you're asking, what changed this from a, well, a Magpul PTS M4 to the gun you see today? Well, when building up on it and actually kind of looking at the base gun, which was my Lancer Tactical Gen 2 M4, I started looking at the body itself. When looking at the body of the Gen 2 M4, you see it has a blocky nature to it, a sort of machine-like nature, with the upper versus the more sort of somewhat futuristic style of the lower, especially with the integrated trigger guard, and even the integrated finger resting areas on the magwell. When really looking at this, I started realizing that this doesn't need to be a Magpul PTS build. In reality, this, especially when paired with the PTS stock, looks more like a Cyberpunk build. So I started switching my purview over to the Cyberpunk universe, sort of looking at the Cyberpunk guns. And what I found I really liked. This right here could definitely look like something you'd see out of a Cyberpunk movie. You could see futuristic Cyberpunk-esque soldiers rocking these things, be it in the 10-inch barrel configuration or a full-length barrel configuration. This right here, especially with the mag adapter, which we'll get to that in a second, really completes the look of this. It is a full-on Cyberpunk gun, and sadly my painting skills does not work out very well, although I could argue that a lot of the scuff and wear came from Night City, just from being used all that much, which is not a lie, and I did actually have paint that sadly, I did have actual chrome paint and other paints that sadly I've lost, or have been misplaced somewhere. But I am going to send this off to a buddy of mine who is going to, or when the summer starts getting around and weather starts getting warmer, I'm going to send this off with a buddy of mine named Patrick, who I'm hoping can turn this into a very awesome Cyberpunk paint job. Hopefully. But the big thing is that what really set this up and what kind of caused me to create this was the mag adapter. I saw this and I've always wanted to do a PCC AR build. I was originally going to do a Magpul PTS build, and while yes I have this here and I might very well just swap out the AR mag in there for this I started building a lore around. And much like the intro you saw, the SMR has nanotechnology that allows you to swap between either a pistol caliber carbine or a full-length rifle round. And that right there is what really sets it apart in terms of not only building the gun but having a lore around the gun. And this works out very well. And I love how well it works, especially with the G36 style magazines. These do look really well. However, I would be lying if I didn't say I wouldn't mind getting some other style of magazines in. Now, internally speaking, this does still have the Lancer Tactical gearbox that is in here, which means it's still the same Lancer Tactical gearbox. It's still the barrel on the hop-up unit came from a fully licensed Colt Mark 18, which actually has a micro switch trigger setup on it, which I like this better because, I don't know, I just like it better. Same motor, same pistol grip, same basically everything except for the flash hider here. The flash hider is a APS flash hider, which I got from a buddy named Austin. The the mock gas bolt here, gas block, is a flip-up iron-sided gas block with some Picatinny on there, which I do mount the run cam to. In the future, I am hoping to get a PEC box and a battery pack to put on here, so that way I have it running to the, not only of course to the run cam, which I'd have on the front here on this front side, but also to the selfie cam, which I would have over here on the off side as well. But the M-Lock is what really kind of sells it for me, is because the reason I went with the SL is just that M-Lock. Unlike the Magpul, which has, you know, whatever you could want up here at the bottom, what have you, the M-Lock is only on the 3 sides. And that bit right there, to mitigate the sun glare, I like that. But like I said, I just love this. It's basically gone through its paces and it's done what it needs to do. Now, I know everyone's going to ask, what is the future for this thing? Well, one of the futures for this is I'm hoping to find and get a tracer unit that's on Wish.com that I saw through Captain Xavier. That has a sort of cool strobe light feature, a sort of like RGB feature on it that I really like and would love to have for having on the end of the muzzle right here, this flash, because as much as I do love this, I'd love to do that. I'd like to get a Cyberpunk-ish style suppressor, or maybe talk with someone to 3D print a Cyberpunk-ish style suppressor, or look in the Cyberpunk 2077 game and see what the suppressors are they use in that, and then just grab that and throw on here and then paint it up in the mini Cyberpunk colors.
One thing is I'm definitely wanting to get a cyberpunk-ish style optic, or at least a colored optic, a chrome optic. Be it the carry handle sight setup where you can have a micro red dot on the back, or any sort of like, whatever Picatinny style on the back here, or many other cyberpunk style optics. Another thing I'm definitely wanting to do in the future is get a new fire selector lever, because much as I do like this one, it's plain Jane. I want to get something a little bit more industrial style, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more what you would definitely see in a cyberpunk gun. And I'd love to hear your suggestions in the comments section. Don't try to link any products. It's not going to work. If you are in the Discord, you can link me those products and say, hey, this would go good for the cyberpunk build. Another thing would be, well, that's actually it. I've got nothing else, guys. Like, legitimately, if you have any suggestions for the cyberpunk build here, let me know in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear it. But again, I'm happy with how it is. I love the PTS stock. The PTS stock has a ton of battery space and a ton of battery room. Again, I'm definitely going to probably hand this off to a buddy of mine to do the paint job again for me, because mine did not honestly do very well. It did not do very well, and you can see some of the leftovers here on the pistol grip. You can see some of the leftovers here on the AFG. I was trying to cyberpunk up, try to color up basically this whole thing to where it was like a metallic black, chrome, metal, gunmetal chrome style on the grip here, as well as the pistol grip. Or I might just not even paint up the grip, because again, without it, it does feel very nice. And again, it is good. I might get another style of ambidextrous mag release, because I do like the ambidextrous mag release. It actually is very nice, very good. Works out fairly well. I might talk with some friends, again with 3D printing, maybe try and 3D print out some cyberpunk style magazines. I don't know, it's one of those things, but again, we'll have to see in the future, see how things play out. But again, I'm very happy with how this turned out, and I'm very happy with the performance of it. While yes, I did not do very well in terms of everything else, it's still a very good gun. I'm very happy with how it's played, how it's done. Again, it's worked, and that is something I can safely say for anything, is if it works, it works. And that's about it. But I'd love to hear your comments, but I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments section down below. Do you like the way I have this set up? Do you have any suggestions for attachments to make it definitely more cyberpunk-ish in the future? Do you have any suggestions for paint job additions, or sort of like, anything like that? Because I am talking to a guy out at Tattoo Parlor in Selmer who is going to be talking about actually putting the Militech logo here on the magwell, and of course the Militech right across here. But again, I might have my friend Patrick do that for me instead. But again, we'll have to wait and see how things turn out during the summer to see if he can actually do this. But yeah, that's just how it is, guys. And as always, I've been AirsoftAL, and thank you all for watching. And I think I'll let Johnny Silverhand send us off.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.